Sometimes everyone may see like a different side to you. They see like, work you or pub you or, whatever. And this is like where, you're really seeing like probably one of the most three-dimensional characters in a comedy, because you're seeing them mess up. You're seeing them, I mean, at the beginning, you're seeing like who they are and like why they deserve to like, say, get with the girl or get in the situation that they want to be in. And then you see all like the bad side and how like it's just not going to happen and maybe they don't deserve it and it's not meant to be. And then everyone comes back together and accepts each other. And you really get to build like a three-dimensional character. It's not just sort of like a one trick like two-dimensional character and that just goes through like it can be. This is one of the most malleable arcs really to follow, isn't it? And it is just 3 acts and you can basically do pretty much what you want in those acts, as long as the middle one is making the problem worse. The last one, lifts the problem.
Yeah, it makes things better. And I think, it's probably one of the reasons why people connect with it. It's because usually at the end, the majority of at the end, it's the people accepting each other for who they are and still deciding to be together. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day, is someone to accept us with all of our problems that we have, with all the good stuff, with all the bad stuff, and they just really accept us for who we are and can forgive us and, want to be with us still.
Yeah. And highlight that, most of this stuff is a misunderstanding, because it's not necessarily the truth of a situation, but it's another person's or another character's, interpretation, like, everyone sees things in accordance with like their beliefs of the world, and that's what they see. That's the angle that they see, and you kind of like build a story around everything everyone's doing in your own head. Whereas obviously as the reader, like, we'd get to see that that's not the case, and a lot of it is just personality clashes.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that you brought that up, because that is one of the biggest things that we do as humans with our storytelling, right? I mean, we are always constantly telling stories about the world around us to interpret it, to make sense of it. And we do it on our own personal bias. And this is a great story. When we walked into this today, talking about it, I'm glad the direction this has gone, because this can be a really amazing plot method, and there's so much you can do with this in your editing process to really find the character and to really, make it more than just some rom-com, that's some fluff piece or something like that. This can have a lot of meat to this story.
Yeah, this is like a chance to sort of say, what do you want to say to the world? Because as you said earlier in the show, comedy, and laughter is like one of the most basic human mechanisms, and it's something that it's probably second only to like oxygen that we've all got in common. We all like to laugh at things, and it opens us up and it makes us receptive, and it's a really good vehicle for, that's not to say you can't go and write a light-hearted comedy, but it can be a really good vehicle to get your own message across.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what we see more and more with comedians, like that they slip in those messages and stuff, because it is a good spot. You know what, when you are having a conversation with someone and you're laughing and you're enjoying stuff, that makes people more receptive to hear what's going to happen next. And so this is a way to break down a lot of these walls, and it's a really cool idea. I love that idea about being a storyteller and the power that you really can have if you choose. And you don't have to. You can have a lot of commercial success without having all of this. You can just look at Michael Bay and you can do crazy stuff like that. But
it has been about 10 minutes.
It's about 10 minutes. So, but you can choose. You can choose to make something meaningful, and you can sneak it in here, and you don't have to hit people over the head with it.
Thank you for listening, and come back next week for more. Please visit thebookeditorshow.com for show notes, links to guests, books and extras, and for information on how to be a guest on the show.